Hey guys, welcome back to my vlogs. Basically in this video I'll be installing the R200 diff into the 180SX. This diff I'll be putting in, it's actually got a small story behind it. I actually had to go to a Japanese wreckers to find it. I found it amongst a lot of like other Sylvia and Skyline subframes, and I had to pull it out myself because the guy wasn't willing to take it out. I did get it for $300, which was good. And I also went through, I was actually going through all the diffs to check the ratios because I was looking for a specific ratio. I wanted a 4.3 ratio, non-ABS. I ended up finding it. So here's a quick clip of me pulling it out. And there's also just my friends roaming around the Jap junkyard. And it's pretty sad to see like how many cars are actually there and what's hidden behind everything. So yeah, take a look. I was planning on putting a two-way into this diff, but it was going to be too expensive. So here's a short clip of me just welding it. I did forget that I do have new bushes to put in as well. I went with polyurethane diff bushes opposed to the solid ones. I just want a bit more flex, especially because I already have solid subframe bushes. So yeah, went with the White Line brand ones. Here they are here. So I'll probably just grease them up inside and plop them in, but they should be a lot better than the solid ones. All right, so I'll go take these over. What I want to do first is the hydraulic handbrake rear lines aren't actually like holding on by anything, they're just loose in there at the back. So I'm going to just zip tie them, put really good quality zip ties in the back, like just to keep it away from the diff and the half shafts while they're spinning. So if you come under here, there's my hydraulic handbrake. It comes inside the car for the back. I drilled a hole here. There's the T-piece. This obviously goes to the driver's side one. This one goes to the passenger side one. But see how it's just loose? I'm just gonna zip tie it probably to that brake line there. Maybe, oh yeah, there's two holes there that I haven't even done. So I'll zip tie it to that. This one can probably go to my fuel line and to the brake line there too. So that works out really well. I know it's not much, but it does help that they don't move. So there's one there. Got one here on the brake line, like I said, and there's one more down here. On this side, I couldn't put one up there unless I drill holes, but I got one here and one there, and it's pretty sturdy. It's not really going anywhere. All right, half shafts are here. Everything's pretty much set up for the diff. I'll go grab the diff now. So I'm just gonna jump straight into a time lapse of me just putting in the diff. It's pretty straightforward. There's 2 bolts at the front and 2 bolts at the back. And then I got the half shafts on each side. So it's all bolted in. I'll just show you guys. There it is there. I did notice on the back here, because of these polyurethane bushes at the back as well, they're not as thick. So I needed to add washers into here before I put the bolt in. So I ended up doing that off camera because I noticed it didn't pull the diff all the way back properly. It was just getting caught. Here, no problem. I did forget to take out the drive shaft bolts. That's why it wasn't sitting on this properly, but you would have seen that in the time lapse. So yeah, what's next is the drive shafts. Ugh. So basically 1 on each side, grease up this section, not too much, just so it doesn't seize for next time. And I need to run 5mm spacers that GK Tech provided me because I'm running the dual caliper setup. So when you buy those dual caliper setups, you need to run a spacer if you're running the stock hubs, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. So I'll just chuck it on another time lapse and go from there. So it turns out I was actually really worried putting those half shafts in. As you can tell maybe in the time lapse, not too sure, but I thought the diff was going to stop me from getting them in, but I was able to just maneuver them just to put them in, so that worked out well. And the right hand side has more room than the left hand side, so once I did the right hand side I was like, yeah, sweet. Then I went to the left hand side and there was less room, but it still worked out. Did have some problems with the half shaft bolts. Some of the ones I had were a bit too long. I think it was just 2 of them, so I'll double check that later, but I just stopped the time lapse because I'll tighten these later and check them properly. The only last 2 I need to do is the big bolts. So, oh, you're kidding me. Well, there's the first stuff up. I forgot, because I was too busy videoing, I forgot to put the spacers in the drive shafts, half shafts, so I will take them back out now off camera and I'll put them in. So fast forwarding to then. Okay, and it's done. I put those spacers in and everything's all good. The last things I need to do is just the washers and the big nut. Like usual, this one has a funny thread. I'm pretty sure I got an older nut somewhere that might match this thread, so I might go look for that. I did have two spare ones. The only problem is it goes on fine, this one, but the problem is I usually use this 32mm socket for them ones, which fits, but these seem to be bigger, so I think the shafts might be from another car, not a Skyline, or maybe 33s are bigger. I'm not too sure, but I've never had them this big. So I think it's like a 36 maybe, or a 35, 34, 36. I'll definitely have to bring that nut in and buy a socket and bring it back to tighten it. That's 36 there. I'll probably do all the tightening off camera. It's not much to see, I'm just tightening bolts. Oh, and I also did some more research on the 36mm nuts. Apparently our 32 GDRs have 36mm nuts, so these are possibly from 32 GDR. So yeah, does anyone want to buy very expensive 32 Skyline parts off a GDR? So that pretty much wraps up the rest of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you look forward to the next video. See you later. Oh, you know what I don't like? I wonder if what was it talking about again? That's annoying. What am I supposed